Good morning, everybody. Auronnj here with another War of the Visions video, and today we are talking about the much anticipated Sakura, our newest unit, and we're going to do a full look at her. We're going to throw her into Guild Wars, we're going to mix up her team comps, and we're going to see what she's really capable of, because a lot of people are really excited about this unit. Okay, let's start though by talking about the two new jobs that she's bringing to the game. She's bringing her main job, right? Scythe Mage. I'll just call it Scythe Mage, guys. I forgot what it's called. But it's the Scythe job. And it's really awesome. And then she's also bringing Kodama Wielder, which is something else we've never seen before. Let's start with her main job, the one on the bottom of the screen here. All right. All of these abilities are pretty neat. Thunder, like that's just the basic Thunder ability. Skull has that. We've seen it before. It's pretty good. Does a little bit of damage and costs 12 AP. However, she's probably not going to want to run that all the time because she has access to Light Blade from this job. Light Blade does the same amount of damage as Thunder, except it's light element and actually has no casting time. It's an instant cast, single target damage ability that hits hard enough to kill dark units. So that by itself is a massive upgrade over a single target DPS spell like Thunder. What else are we looking at here? Thunder's Protection. This is one of her staple abilities. It gives a 25% element resistance. Man, that was weird to say. For 3 different elements: lightning, light, and dark. 3 big time elements in the game, and a 25% resistance to those is a huge buff and really going to be an important part of using her correctly. Okay, then she has Thunder's Light, hits in a big AoE and decreases the resistance to lightning and light for the targets that it hits for 3 turns. And it hits pretty hard. 185 damage modifier on that. That's pretty good. We like that ability. Okay, Rebel Intentions. This is another one of her staple abilities. 220% damage modifier. So it's in that like big time damage modifier. Hits in a cross-shaped AoE and dispels courage buff. That's cool. Courage is annoying. This ability hits like a truck, especially against dark units. And yeah, take that, Kane. Like, I want to hit a Kane with this once, with courage on, and just one-shot him. That'll feel so good. Alright, anyway. And then if you upgrade it, right, if you run her sub ability that upgrades Rebel Intention, it boosts the damage up to a 265% modifier and increases spirit penetration by 50 on her. So Rebel Intention is her bread and butter DPS move along with Light Blade, in my opinion. Like, those are the things it looks like she's going to want to use all the time. Yeah, so, okay. Anyway, let's talk about Kodama Wielder a little bit. This is my favorite sub job for her because I think it gives some really nice buffs. Nimble Movement is one of those. I like a move jump +1 buff, and from what I've experimented with so far, her AI is pretty smart with it and will cast her other buffs first. Now, I say that. Her AI is kind of strange. Depending on who's in her group and who has early hate, she will do very different things. From casting Thunder's Protection on her first turn, to casting her magic attack buff, to, I've heard people say that she'll cast Nimble Movement early and kind of overextend a little bit. I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard that it happens, so just keep that in mind. Okay, anyway, what else does she have here? Spirit Breaking Pain, 185% damage modifier, medium range attack that does medium damage, and has a 25% chance to stun. Pretty good. I don't know if she'd ever use it over some of her harder hitting moves, but it is a good move. Then Unevadable Pain, she has a 100% hit chance move, so if you want to run her against Evade, there's a move. She has a Holy Substitute, I guess you could say. Diffusive Perplexity, the AI is never going to use that. Earth-Ending Pain, this is a, like, movement, like she'll move in front of somebody and hit them for large damage. Neat. Like, it doesn't really fit her very well, and I've never seen her AI use it, but okay, she has that. And then a heart like needles. This is another really good buff that she has that increases magic attack by 25 for allies, herself included, and it hits in that cross-shaped AoE based on her. And then it increases her spirit penetration by 20 for 3 turns. Her AI loves to cast this buff. If you don't want her casting this buff on turn 1, you need to just turn it off. We're going to see that in the fights when we show those here in a minute. Alright, so what else do we need to say about her? Well, her, I don't think anything. Let's go ahead, let's build some teams, and let's show off how she works, because I think that's what everybody really wants to see. Okay, sweet. Let's set up the first team comp we're going to run with Sakura, and it's going to be a solo carry Sakura team comp in Guild Wars. So to do that, there's Sakura. We're going to run her with a true tank, Warrior of Light, who's getting the nice, HP buff from Sakura's passive. And then we have a true support in aipOQ. To make this work, let's look at what we're going to turn on and off for Sakura. So let's go to Sage of Mysidia first, her main job. We're going to leave Light Blade on for sure because it's an instant cast light damage spell. We're going to look to fight dark teams, so we're going to want to be killing them with Light Blade sometimes because you just don't want those awkward charge times where you end up dying in the middle of it and all that. Okay, as far as her buffs, we're going to leave on Thunder's Protection in this group. This is that Lightning, Light, and Dark Attack Resist buff. And we have her speed set up where she's going to hit all 3 of her allies with this on her first turn. Then Thunder's Light we're going to leave on. Rebel Intention we're going to leave on. Yeah, basic stuff, right? The only thing we're not using is Thunder because I'd rather just use Light Blade in this group. So let's go ahead and just turn Thunder off. Now, sub job, we have Kodadama Wielder. And we're going to leave this on, although this is a... I'm 50-50 on this one still, but we'll leave it on for now. Then we're going to leave Spirit Breaking Pain on. This is a medium range, medium damage attack that has a pretty good chance of stunning for 1 turn, so we like that. And then this is the big adjustment for this group. We're actually going to turn a Heart Like Needles off. I think this is a really great buff, especially in a situation where you have more than one mage. However, her AI prioritizes using this before the defense buff. And when we're trying to sustain through a fight, I really want Warrior of Light getting that Dark Attack Resist buff early. Other than that, no, that's basically it. Let's jump into a guild battle and see how it goes. Alright, so here is the team right now, right? You have Kane, Ruinstern, and Dwayne, the Men in Black squad. And this squad just does so much damage, right? I actually don't think that Warrior of Light, even with the Dark Resist from Demon Wall and Sakura, and the Pierce Resist from Leviathan, I just don't have a good feeling about him surviving through all of this damage. But we'll see, right? This is what we're doing. This is a test. We're seeing what Sakura can actually do. Can she actually power up this group enough? Okay, there's the Elemental Resist buff. Really well done. And the group set up so that Warrior of Light will get haste second, and it'll be right before his next turn. You'll see. There's the TMR buff from Sakura. It's nice. Might as well have her buff her hate down if she can. Cool. Alright, and basically the fight's just going as we thought. Enemy Dwayne moves up, hits Warrior of Light with the Magic Infuse. That's actually going to work to our favor, because if that took enough AP from Warrior of Light, he'll cast Invincible Shield on his next turn instead of Stop Strike. So there's a little bit more tankiness for him. And oh my goodness, did you see that damage on the enemy Dwayne? Oh, that was nice. That was what, almost 7,000 damage? I'm going to have to replay that or something. So that was really cool. We like that. Warrior of Light up here still tanking. We're going to refresh the Dark Resist buff. Ooh, nice. Good to see Crash Edge come out from Warrior of Light. That was cool. And he does go down. So that double attack from Ruinstern does kill him. Okay. Looks like Leviathan might have saved us there because aipOQ ran into the perfect position to set up the line attack there from Kane. So that was rough. Okay, Warrior of Light goes down again. aipOQ, gonna probably look to heal, I would have thought here. I don't know. Anyway, okay, we get to see Sakura's Limit Break. Awesome. This has Dark Slayer on it. Boom, and you can see massive damage against those dark units. Kills them both, and we win the fight. So, what can we take away from that fight, right? Well, one, Warrior of Light still dies to Men in Black. He tanked maybe better than he had before, but there's so much damage on that team that, like, oh my. Two, Sakura against dark units certainly does enough damage to be the solo carry. And maybe with some minor, like, agility tweaks or something, that comp could work cleaner and maybe even get to the second fight with Warrior of Light still alive. But overall, really great first fight, and we beat the Men in Black team. So let's rebuild a new team and then fight somebody else. Okay, so for our second team comp, we're going to go all in to the magic, let's blow some people up comp here. And we're going to run Sakura in slot 1 again, and we're going to make the adjustment on her to swap out the heals for Zombie Ryu's TMR. Then we're going to run Killfei in slot 2. She's going to be kind of our tank if she can get some taunting spells off. And then Skull is going to be our third mage, using that time magic and then having his big time thunder damage backing us up. So, yeah, let's see how this works. Alright, and for this fight, one thing I want to point out is I don't think that Killfei without a healer could tank like a full-on Men in Black squad. So we're going to go for more of a traditional team here with a tank and 2 DPS. And this might even work better against a more sustainy team. But anyway, they have Agrius instead of Ruinstern here. And I think that'll benefit us. Now, right off the beginning of this fight, one thing I want you to notice is watch what Sakura does on turn 1 when you have a mage in slot 2. She actually casts Zombie Ryu's TMR and moves forward. Now, that's going to kind of work to our advantage because I bet you this Kayn moves... Well, I don't know. I was thinking the Kayn would move forward enough that Sakura could start getting him on turn 2. But that might not be how that worked out. In fact, it's not. So anyway, that's fine. We're still just grouped up more traditional here. There's our resist buff, so that's good. And now we're into the fight. Dwayne gets to hit Skull early, which hurts. But Skull with that sweet magic counter, I like that. What's he charging up here? Big damage? Flare coming out from Skull. That's going to be on Agrius because she's taunting bladed once already. Nice damage. Like really nice damage. Follow that up with an energy buster double kill. And there you see the... I'll call it potential of this comp. If they can get... Oh, man. Okay. I want to point that out real quick, too. That was an instant cast light attack from Sakura. Now, she has the option of running Thunder there instead of that. But Thunder's not instant cast. And, Kayn might have gotten to take a turn. We ended up still having somebody die because of, like, the weirdness of Kayn jumping, and then Killfei's attack missed him, and that was kind of random. But, oh my gosh, could you see the, like, explosive power of that comp? Like, the damage was real from Sakura and Skull there. Both using that new staff. And then Killfei's damage, is nothing to, shrug at. Okay, let's reset our attack and let's just throw ourselves at a Men in Black team here and see how it does. Again, my thought is I bet we lose this. I don't know that 3 mages have the ability to beat this squad. However, I would like to see that Kayn come forward. That's what I was looking for from the last fight. Now, if Sakura can kill him 1 versus 1, well, he's faster than she is, so that might ruin my plan here. We'll see. In this scenario, Sakura is going to be kind of dueling that Kayn. That sounds like a dangerous proposition for our girl Sakura, but we'll see. Okay, really importantly there, Kayn does not hit her first taunting spell from Killfei. Cool. Sakura going to put the Light Blade on Kayn for 5,700. Awesome. And now Killfei has actually gathered aggro. Catastrophe, about half of her HP there. Not bad. Here's a haste from Skull on himself. So the time magic getting us some extra turns. We like that. Here's the limit break from Killfei. It'd be really cool if this one-shot Ruinstern. 4,600, that's going to be enough. And he goes down. Now Kayn gonna find a jump onto Killfay. So dang it, our the jumping has once again kind of ruined our ability to kill Kayn. And that's one of the powers of Kayn, is he spends so much time in the air, it's just hard to kill him sometimes. Alright, Killfay finally goes down, but she definitely did her job. So, like, there's been a bit of, gosh, see, here we go again with charging times. This is a drawback of, like, a pure mage team, is the charging times. Man, we could have killed Kayn so easily this fight, had he not spent time in the air, had we not spent time charging up spells, all of that. Okay, Rebel Intentions, 8,900 damage. Almost 9,000 damage on Dwayne. Massive overkill. We won the fight. Only Sakura is left alive. But you see it again. Her damage potential against dark teams, off the charts. Yeah, just absolutely off the charts. Off the charts words. So cool. All right, let's wrap up the video. Let's talk about Sakura, give her some grades, and go on from there. Okay, so we're going to end the video like we always do by giving her a score based on the 6 metrics that we've been judging all the mages by so far. That's damage, AoE, utility movement, speed, and durability. And we're going to start at the top with damage, and I'm going to give her that same 97 score that I gave to Skull in the last video, which is the highest score I've given to any mage so far. Now, why does she tie him? Well, if we're talking about damaging dark units, she outdamages him. You saw it in the video. She was just annihilating Dwayne and Kayn and Runestern and those guys. She sees them, they're dead. And she has instant cast light attacks, which elevates her score even more to me. Now, why then, what keeps her from being like that perfect score of 100? Well, she doesn't have access to Flare, which is basically the hardest hitting damage single target attack in the game. Does like 322% base, and her biggest attack is going to be Rebel Intention, that's boosted by her passive up to 265%. Now, that hits it in AoE, whereas Flare does not, and I guess we could give her the Skull's Vision card to give her access to a gigantic single target attack, but she doesn't really need that. Like, she was killing things just fine anyway. And 97, yeah, like, has the big AoE limit break. Her damage is S tier, regardless of what score I make up to give it. Alright, let's move on to AoE. She brings the AoE. Yeah, I'm going to give her the 90 here, the A. Her best attack hits in a cross-based AoE. Her limit breaks the big old AoE. Her buffs have a nice AoE to them. Her area of effectability is very, very good. It's as good as the other mages are right now. So 90 there. Let's move on to utility. Now, this is a really interesting one to her. She brings a lot of unique buffs to us in this game right now, and they're really good. Like that resistance buff, I like it a lot. Her magic attack, spirit penetration buff, I like it a lot. I do not like them as good as I like time magic. I would still rather have haste and quicken. I think you could just do more clever things with haste and quicken, personally. So why am I giving her a higher score here than I gave to Skull? It's because of her master ability. She's also bringing those light buffs to the group. She's buffing your light unit's attack. She's buffing your light unit's HP. And that, to me, puts her into one of the highest utility scores you can get. Like, anything pushing past 90, in my mind, is a great score. And I think she brings an insane amount of utility to the group. I think she's more of a DPS than a support. Like, she's not a hybrid. She's there to kill things. But she's very, very, very capable of buffing early. And her AI seems pretty smart. Okay, movement. I'm going to give her a 70 on movement. She's sitting at that 3-1 base, which is fine. And she has access to a buff that'll give her move and jump +1. Now, her AI would rather use a TMR. Her AI would rather do her other buffs, and that is a plus to me. I don't want my DPS mages buffing their move and jump early and then like running into AoE range for Ruinstern to, hit her for 9,000 damage. But I do think it is important that she has that buff, and it will help her on certain maps, I'm sure. So I'm going to give her a 70 instead of those like 65 scores that I give a lot of people that have basic movement. Okay, speed. Ooh, I'm going to give her another 90 here. Yep. I understand that base, she doesn't have the same agility as Medina. However, Medina kind of has to pick whether she wants to boost her agility or boost her move and jump. Like, Medina has to sacrifice something in order to give herself her agility buff through her support abilities. I don't think Sakura really does. Sakura's support ability, the Thunder Blossom upgrade, gives her 12% increased agility and upgrades what I think is her best DPS move. So I think you're going to want to run that most of the time anyway. So I don't feel like you're sacrificing anything to get that additional spirit. And that's why I'm comfortable giving her the same speed score that I gave Medina, because I don't really need to think about assigning her her agility buff, because I just want her killing people with her main damage spell all the time. So there's my 90. Again, I think some people might disagree with that, but you feel free to disagree. I love the conversation about things like that. All right, durability. This is another, I'm not going to say strength, but I am going to say not a weakness of hers. She just gets some defense naturally. With only my guild statues active, she has like 12 defense. She has that like more modern units level of HP. I'm not going to say she's a bruiser, but at least in a lot of situations, I don't find her dying to just one hit. So I'm pretty comfortable giving her an 80 on durability, with like the caveat of don't have her just run in there and start meleeing stuff, because that's still dumb. However, she is more durable than like Skull, so I'll give her a higher score. Alright, where does that land her overall? That lands her at a 92 overall on my perfect scoring system. Which makes her my highest scoring mage I've rated so far. Yeah, I think she's that. I have zero regrets about getting this girl. I think she is what we were anticipating. And when she starts teaming up with Yuna, and you can start making these like light-based magic teams, God have mercy on everybody who doesn't have that, because that seems like powerful. So yeah, 92. I'll go best mage in the game right now, in my opinion. But that is just my opinion. So feel free to disagree with that all you want. The other mages in the game are really good. Like, her being the best mage in the game does not mean Skull is still not a beast. It does not mean Kilfei is not still this jack of all trades mage that is just awesome all the time. I just think Sakura, like, bang for my buck, really happy to have her. So yeah, there you go. If you agree with that, let me know. If you don't agree with that, let me know. I had somebody just posted one of my videos earlier like, well, that was 22 minutes of my life wasted. And I was like, sorry. So anyway, y'all, thank you for watching my video, even if you hate it. Leave some comments in the chat. Let me know how you're liking Sakura. And let me know if maybe watching this made you kind of decide that you want to get her. I'd be happy to talk about any of those things. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see y'all in my next video.